Hello, everyone. Hi, this is Vlog Media Breeze, and welcome. And as usual, for those of you who are new here, please, if you would, be so kind as to click the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell. And also, as we go along, get down in the comments, and I'll recognize your comments by putting them onto the screen if you would like for me to. And just remember, of course, like, subscribe, if you will. I don't think that's going to happen because I think we all know what's going on here. I want to just move on anyway and talk about the interview with Tasha K tonight. Let me see here. I think I put up the wrong avatar. Yeah. So I want to talk about the interview tonight at about 8:15 p.m. As we all know, because you were there too, right? I see you. Tasha K did an interview with Coleslaw. At least that's what a lot of people in social media refer to her as. Her name is Arionne Curry. She's from Dayton, Ohio. She resides in Huntsville, Alabama. And she is the mistress and or the side chick because they both are synonymous, regardless of what Tasha K said tonight. I know she tried to take that concept away from the young lady, but she's a side chick. She was a side to the wife. She was not the wife. And other people have named her Coleslaw to symbolize a side piece. I've called her chitterlings. Of course, if you look at my previous videos, as you probably have, you know why I call her chitterlings. And before I get into that, I want to go ahead and acknowledge some things here, because this week I have 2 copyright strikes against 2 of my videos, which I hope I have resolved. I hope I've resolved them. I am still learning. I understand about copyright. I understand its importance, and I don't want to ever take away anything from a creator or a producer. That's not who I am. On YouTube, I hear a lot of different music, and some of it I know is copyright issues, but they're not going to be taken down because YouTube is a harasser. Google harasses people quite the way they probably do their employees who work with them. And so there's no possible way that you can be the only person here. You come on here, it's the same behavior. You come on here, you leave, you come back, you leave, you come back, and you leave because you go away to create other names for yourself, and then you come on here, and that's why no one is on here documenting anything in the comments at the same time. Just one moment, I have to briefly, just one moment. Okay, for those who come in late, even though you are the same person or the same 2 people, it's like 2 or 3 of you who are always on here. You go away, you create titles, and you come back. You go away, you create, you come back. And so keep doing that. Before I went away, where did I get to? I was talking about Coleslaw, whom Tasha K interviewed tonight, and a lot happened during that interview. And I want to kind of break it down. Here is the reason why this young lady did this interview. She wants to bring notoriety to herself, and Tasha K gave that to her. Tasha K, another married woman. Remember, you guys, as you all say in the world, karma is a bee, right? Okay, over here on the Christian side, we say you reap what you sow. Okay, I was so upset that Tasha K even gave this woman this type of attention, but what could I expect? This is what she does, and she does it basically because she knew her channel was going to get a lot of views. Is it worth it to hurt somebody else? And she really kind of aligned herself with the mistress, the side piece. And I was so upset. I was in that chat like crazy. I was putting all of my thoughts about that. And it's probably not the right energy to bring. I don't want to bring that energy to this channel. But before I get into that, this is what I was doing before I left. I wanted to say I don't ever want to take anything away from a producer or an owner of music or anything like that. That is not who I am. There are some things that I do not understand because when I read the content that is required to have a copyright taken from your channel, I might be misinterpreting it to some degree. So I have sent a letter to YouTube, hopefully to get this resolved, or to Google. And my voice is really kind of hoarse tonight. I don't know why, because I just did another test for, that thing that's out there, and it came back negative. So it may be that, I don't know what it may be. I had some spicy food earlier today for lunch, so it could be that. I don't know. At any rate, I want to move forward and say this. Tonight, Tasha K did this interview, and I don't know why. I was so mad. My energy was that of an angry woman, being someone who is married and understands what that does to a family. And looking at what it has done to Mel's children. And I want everyone to know that we are working with a lot of mentally ill people in this world right now. We really are. And I am not a therapist or a psychologist. I don't have a PhD. I have a master's. I do not have a PhD. I could probably do 2 more years even now and get one. I don't want to. But the behavior of a narcissist, it involves self-centeredness and a type of arrogant thinking behavior. It is also, you guys, a lack of empathy and consideration for other people. Coleslaw, also known as Arionne Curry, had a lack of consideration for the wife whose feelings that she hurt, to the point where this wife, Melody, went to her home and talked to her for 2 hours. And that was probably very therapeutic for Melody, but the side piece didn't get that. Melody is trying to talk out her pain of a man who has hurt her deeply. He asked her to marry him. He married her. They have 4 children together. The only reason Melody didn't have the other baby is because he was cheating on her. If you will notice, whenever Arionne, Coleslaw, Chitterlings would talk about Melody, her voice became angered. She became angered, or either she became anxious. For example, when she said, oh yeah, she cheated on him with the lawyer. Did you hear how excited she was to even put that information out there? Yeah, they had sex. She S'd with the lawyer. She cheated on him with the lawyer. And not even as if that's her business. That's between Martell and Melody. You are the side piece. Stay in your lane. Your Coleslaw, chitterlings. Stay in your lane. And she wanted to lift herself up. This is part of the self-centeredness. She wanted to lift up herself to the point where she said, I can count on one hand how many men I've been with. As if that matters to us. You're still a side chick. We don't care about how many men you've been with. We just care that you ruined Melody and Martell's situation, their marriage. And of course, Martell played a role in that because Martell not only is a narcissist, allegedly, but he is psychotic. And that's a scary personality to be around. The next woman who marries Martell needs to make sure that they seek therapy and that the therapist is very open with her about Martell and anything. Martell needs to sign papers for her to be open with, for the therapist to be open with her about anything that was discussed in therapy about Martell. So she can make a conscientious decision about whether or not that's someone she wants to move forward with in marriage. This young lady tonight didn't surprise me because she's all over Instagram all the time, acting as though she's trying to defend herself, when the reality is she wants attention. She's very self-centered and arrogant. That's why she called those other women linebackers. Notice, and then she turned around and said that Melody didn't, what did she say? That she didn't care about women, that she wasn't supportive of women. You're calling other women linebackers, which means you are a bully. She thinks she's gorgeous. She's not. She's very average, you guys. People kept telling her she's beautiful. She's very average. Trust me, line her up with the most beautiful women in the world and she will not be seen. And I'm talking chocolate, light skin, black skin, all of it. She will not be seen. She's on the low, okay, when it comes to physical appearance. And in order to lift herself up, she loves to throw bullets at other females and then accuse Melody and the others of not being supportive of women. Melody doesn't have to be supportive of you, girl. You are the side piece who broke up her marriage. I want to pause here and say, by now, when I'm on other channels, I've noticed by now people are in the comments. But Google is sitting here just staring me down, watching me because they are harassing me. That's what they do to Black people. And let me say this to you, Google. I don't use your music because it's not good. It's not soulful. It has no rhythm. I was over there just now for a long time, as I'm sure you know, because you track everywhere I go. You even go and you bother other YouTubers when I'm on their channel. Look, yeah, a hit dog will holler. You left, didn't you, the way you always do. When I come back on here, it will be like 20, 29, 30 people, always under 50. Maybe sometimes it'll reach 100, but it is all, they have a whole congregate of people in Google who are watching my channel, and they have been told to go create other channels, all of them. They go create other channels and they come back here. It's that same one all the time. They are hindering my channel from going out there and being seen. I'm still coming here because I'm talking to you. Look, they disappeared. It's never more than one person on this channel. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 at a time. And then they will go and create other channels, and then they'll come back and it'll be like 9. But those 9 are the same person. It's not a different person. Coleslaw also said, that she got out of the relationship what she wanted. We know that that's not true. She did not get out of the relationship what she wanted. What she would like is for Martell to pick her. She's someone. This is an education for me. I never knew what a pick Misha was. Someone put that on my channel one day, and I was like, "What is a pick Misha?" And I looked it up. So I'm going to go ahead and use it for her. She's a pick Misha. She has no respect for marriage. She has no respect for Melody. She came on the channel because she sees how successful Melody is being with her music, with her being a developer, with her being a builder, a real estate agent. She sees all that success and she wants it. Coleslaw wants that success. Chitterlings, she wants that success. So she had to come on to Tasha K's channel because she's like, oh, this is what you're doing. This was her response to Melody's song, Side Chick, which side chick can be any chick. It's any mistress. The two are interchangeable words. The word mistress is equivalent to side chick and vice versa. Regardless of how Tasha K was trying to make her feel tonight. You can't always go on what Tasha K says because Tasha K, quite frankly, kind of reminds me of Nosy in that she has no morals. As a married woman, I would never have done that interview. Not without slicing and dicing her during the interview. I would have been really going in on her because Tasha K did not hold her down. When she kept saying that the show is using her image, what is your image? That's the question. The show, if Love and Marriage Huntsville is using your image, Arionne, what is your image? That's the question Tasha K should have said to her. Because if we know what your image is, then as smart viewers, we can then assess, okay, are they using her image? What is your image? Because no one knew you before you became an adulterer or a harlot. No one knew you before that. And then you went on Instagram to make yourself known because you thought everybody was so anxious to know you, when really we were like really mediocre about knowing you. The public perception at that time was very mediocre. There were probably about 40% who wanted to know you, and the 60% was just moving on. We liked Love and Marriage Huntsville because what it's bringing to the Black community, you have educated Black couples who are trying to build up the community through development and building homes and spaces for Black people to live in that community. And they were legitimately doing it. You were not a part of that. You are chitterlings, also known as Coleslaw, also known as Arionne Curry. You probably need to change your legal name at this point because you will always be Coleslaw to most people. To me, you will be Coleslaw and chitterlings. When I hear Coleslaw, that's what I'll think of from now on. I'm so upset because I really love Coleslaw. So I have to call you chitterlings because I don't like chitterlings. They stink. And that's what adultery does. Adultery, mistresses, side chicks, they stink. They stink. Even when you pull the membrane out, they lay around a few days, they just start to smell bad. And that's what you did tonight on Tasha K's channel, Arionne. You smell bad. Notice how no one is getting in my comments. You're not even giving your own opinion. That's how I know you're the Googler. Okay. So she said she got out of it what she wanted. She didn't. If Martell was to ask her to marry him tomorrow, she would do it. She has no boundaries. Notice how she lied early on. She told Tasha K she was raised in a home with a two-parent family home. No, you were raised by your grandparents, we later learned. That's a big darn difference. You were raised by your grandparents. You were not raised by your mom and dad, even. I know people who were raised by their grandparents, and it's a totally different atmosphere. for a child is different. The child still always longs for their parent. So was your mom also a side piece? Because you said your dad was married to a different woman. She kept on also saying, I want to go back to the beginning. I know I started at the end. I'm going to go to the beginning because she said she and Martell met at a barbecue. She wasn't interested in him. Every time she said she wasn't interested, I did not believe her. And I'm going to tell you, I heard she was really eyeing him at that barbecue, at that meeting, that outing, wherever they were. I heard that she was really eyeing him and trying to get his attention. And he saw her trying to get his attention. That is what made him approach her. And the way that she was looking to get his attention, he thought that she was interested in going to, a hotel. So that's why he invited her to the hotel. This part is allegedly, because this is information on the street that I heard in Atlanta from people who are from Huntsville. Huntsville is not very big, you guys. I promise you. It's not. There are people in Atlanta who are familiar with this situation. And I've talked to them. So she tried to say he kept looking at her. Girl, she is so narcissistic. Look, if you just go Google the word narcissistic, her picture is right there. If it's not, just put her face there and then remember everything she talked about tonight at Tasha K's. I'm bringing an energy here that I don't want to bring because I'm like, there's something about this situation, and I guess because I like Mel, and I liked Love and Marriage Huntsville the very first season. I liked what they were doing. I liked their purpose, everything they stood for. And she's trying to act like they say her name or they use her image. Legally, they are not using her image. Legally, she doesn't have any grounds to say they are using her image. Melody has addressed her husband in scenes. In scenes, Melody has addressed her husband about cheating. And she has a right to. She's the wife. She can do that because you have went in, side piece, side chick. You're the one who went in and messed up Melody's life. You're the one who did that. And now, to take it a step further, you are living off of Melody, because guess how Martell is getting paid now? He doesn't have any other job. He's not teaching. He's getting paid from the show. Melody Holt, who will eventually change her name, as we learned this week. Melody is an executive producer. She brought the show together. She's the reason Martell is on the show. She's the reason the other people are on the show. She is the determinant of that. So not only is she having to address her husband about the issues, but she paid for your BMW, girl. As you can see, Martell can't get anything else without Melody. He cannot get anything else without Melody. Those shoes that you had on tonight on Tasha K, if you bought those shoes after you and Martell were together, guess who helped you to buy those shoes? Melody Holt. Guess who helped you to get your clothing line together? Melody Holt. Guess who helped buy that BMW for you? Melody Holt. Melody is supporting everyone. She is the cause of the show being together. She is really a one-woman show, quite frankly. She really is. So for you to act as though your image is being ruined, your image is not being ruined. Coleslaw, also known as chitterlings, also known as side piece. I'm not even going to call you side chick. Ain't none of this allegedly. The world knows you're a harlot and that you have been an adulterer. You guys, the way that you get people to feel differently about you when you are in this public disarray is you repent, you change. She's gonna have to change. She didn't even apologize, and the reason she didn't apologize is because she was really on Tasha K tonight to get back at Melody. This is her. She and Martell are just alike. They are emotional abusers. They're trying to emotionally abuse Melody ain't even said nothing about them. When Melody posts on her Instagram, everyone is so excited about Melody. We are enthralled by her happiness and the peace she's trying to get. But you know what Satan does? You can read your Bible, you guys. I promise you. Satan destroys peace. Melody is trying to be peace. And when Martell's not trying to destroy her, Arionne, hashtag Coleslaw, hashtag Chitterlings, hashtag side piece, hashtag adulterer, hashtag harlot is trying to destroy her. One or the other are always trying to destroy Melody. Even at the reunion, Martell, his comments at the end of the reunion telling her to shut up. Who does he think he is? He is low down and dirty. He really is. Little snotty kid. Are you kidding me? He is not good looking. Let's be real clear. He looks good in a suit. His body's okay. But he really, come on. There's a certain kind of woman that likes Martell. There's a certain kind of woman that likes that. And I said I wasn't going to come here with this kind of energy. But that interview really, really got to me. It really got to me. And she used the terms public humiliation. I want to pause here and say, why don't you guys get down in the comments? Get down in the comments and tell me what you think about my assessment, my commentary, my recap of the Tasha K interview with Arionne Curry tonight. The one who has been publicly humiliated is Melody. And she was kind of trying to throw hints that she might want to sue OWN. She was mentioning Oprah's name. Carlos King is the producer of the show, girl. She's trying to use names, I forget what epithets, trying to throw out little media epithets out there like OWN and Oprah. And Oprah used to be a person I respect. Are you kidding me? You guys, this girl is a narcissist. She is a narcissist. There are a lot of mentally ill people out here in this world. There really are. And they show up disguised as if they have it all together. I guarantee you her mom was a side piece, probably to her father, allegedly. She would never be specific about how the show uses her image to make money. The show did not use your image to make money, girl. They used 3 successful Black couples. They brought in some extras. You were not the main topic. What we are witnessing here on the show is we see Melody expressing her pain to her ex-husband, and she has a right to do that. But for some reason, Ariel thinks that has to do with her image. That ain't got nothing to do with you, Satan. That ain't got nothing to do with you, demonic Arionne. Has nothing to do with you. The woman has a right to express her anger about her husband cheating on her. And however long it takes her to get that out, we will be there for her. That has nothing to do with you. That has to do with her pain. But you think that her pain is about you. She's expressing that to her husband. You think her pain has to do with your image? You guys read your Bible. Arionne is satanic. She's demonic. She's hell-bent on continuing to bring down Melody. She needs to be somewhere playing with her kid in the snow. But instead, she's all over social media trying to make herself out to be the victim. I was going to wait till tomorrow to do this video. I decided to do it tonight just because I wanted to. So she says that Mel showed up at her home with 3 other people. That had to do with Mel needing her support. Hey, that's me. If I think my husband's cheating on me, I'm going to get in my car. I'm either going to hire a private investigator to follow him. I am. Or I'm going to follow him myself. I would probably have to do it myself because you guys, private investigators cost money. I know. I've looked into them, not for my husband cheating, but for something else I looked into them for. And listen, you have to feed them dudes. Look, they are not cheap, okay? Unless you know someone personally. So the 3 other people that Mel went to your home with were a support system. She's a wife. She's looking for answers, you guys. She's looking for answers. And her husband is cheating on her. She needed to have those answers to come to the decision that she eventually made, which was to divorce him. And that happens. Sometimes we have to get answers. We have to make sure things are right in our head, that we can bring together all of the different issues combined that make up the whole in order to move forward. So she needed that moment with those 3 supporters. And then she also needed the moment where Arionne said she sat down with her for 2 hours. And Arionne's, your husband's calling me. What do I need to call you for, you know? Well, good for you. Good for you. He hasn't asked you to marry him. And I don't believe you're the one that broke it off. I think that he's been very distant with you. And the only reason that he's trying to even stay in your good graces is because you do have a son with him now. Intentionally, I believe you got pregnant intentionally. And so you have that over him now for the next 18 years? For you anyway, the next 18 years. If he was to ask you to marry him tomorrow, you would do it. No one is saying that before you met Martell that you were loose and that you did not have one man. We're not saying that. We're saying that when you learned that this man was married, because you learned it within the first 9 months, and I think you probably learned it within the first month. You should have bowed out, but you stayed 5 years. And that's what we're upset about. You acted like you didn't know. You knew. And you're wanting OWN not to discuss you. No one discusses you. You are taking the interaction between Mel and Martell when Mel is releasing her anguish to her husband. You're taking that to be the show is doing something to your image, and they are not. There's nothing in any of these episodes that have done anything to your image. And you have these YouTube demons like Tasha K and that guy who is a misogynist, by the way. The way he talked about Michelle Atielian on Tasha K's show, and Tasha K allowed him to do that, speaks volumes about the demons on YouTube. I unsubscribed from Tasha K tonight, by the way, because of that interview. That was horrible. For her to even give it any attention. The other thing you're confusing it with, you're confusing your image with, is the fact that people who go over to your Instagram and make comments about their thought process of you is based on the energy that they are feeling about adultery and about someone who broke up a marriage. And so they're releasing that onto you, and you think that that image is coming off on the show. No, you did that. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, even in churches. Women who break up marriages in churches, they experience what you're experiencing. You deserve this, ma'am. If you don't want it, you need to give a full apologetic press conference. You need to apologize to Mel and to her children, saying that Mel shouldn't approach the woman. That's her husband, you idiot. It ain't like there was some philandering boyfriend and girlfriend hanging out in college. That's her husband. What happened to the man you were dating for 5 years who didn't marry you? What happened there? That would be interesting. That's her husband. I would call a mistress if that was my husband. I would pick up the phone and be like, what's going on here? Why are you in my marriage? I would want to know. And you're sitting there, oh, you never call the woman. You're acting like that Mel wasn't married to him. You were completely disrespectful to her marriage with your hot AWS. You're disrespectful and non-supportive of women, period. And then in the same interview tonight, you accused Mel of being disrespectful and dishonorable to women, and she's not. Are you kidding me? You're dishonorable to women because you intervened in another woman's marriage, and then you wanted to call other women linebackers. How do you think those women feel about you describing them that way? Oh, me and my friends, that's how we describe them, linebackers. You're a linebacker with that big old wide cellulite butt. Full of cellulite. Big and full of cellulite. Close your legs to married men. Oh, they made me offers. She wants to make enough of a spectacle of herself. She's trying to force Carlos and the producers to bring her on the show. No, Mel, don't ever bring her on the show. She's a demon. She is demonic. So that's all I had to say about that. And I'll leave this video up for a while before I take it down. I will be so glad when I get my website built because we have so many plans for this. And when I finally do, I'm going to bring Google all the way down if it doesn't happen before then, because I'm trying to do some legal things with them right now because of what they are doing to my channel. And it's not just my channel. They listen, you guys, there are those W's who will go in, and I'm talking on a different topic now. They will go in and they hone in on Black people because that's what they are trained to do. Now, I live in North Carolina. North Carolina was infiltrated with the KKK when I was growing up. So I know that these leaders who are in like the Department of Commerce here, who are in state governments here in the state, I know these people are the grandchildren and the children of the former KKKs in this state. So I see them very clearly. I know what they look like. I know subtly the things that they do to other Black Americans. And it's happening to me. That's why no one has gotten into my comments, because everyone on this page is a repeat. They leave, they create, a name and they come back. Like now they're dissipating because that's a hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. Look at him. At him or her. At any rate, that is my review tonight. And I'm going to do many more reviews because the more I do, the merrier, the more proof I have. So I just want to say thank you guys for showing up tonight. Remember to mind your spirit and mind your ethos. Peace, love, and many blessings to you. Okay?